Today we're going to be exploring a bicycle Dynohub, which is a front wheel hub made to generate power for a lighting system. And they can also be used to charge your phones. You can hook up a USB charge port to them and so forth. This particular one, I don't know anything about this brand, or if it's just a sub-brand. I tried looking it up and I couldn't find any information on it. Other than it's called a Union 9300. It's 6 volt, 3 watt, which is pretty standard for a hub dynamo. And I'm assuming that this means that it's suitable for use with 24 to 28 inch wheels. Because of the rotational speed difference in different wheel sizes, dyno hubs are often rated for different wheel sizes. This one that I have mounted in this bike is an SP model, and it works very well. You see it's kind of flickering there because it's rotating at slow speed, but anything more than about 10 kilometers an hour gets a pretty good steady light out of it. Now, hub dynamos differ from other types of generators in that rather than a stationary outer housing and a rotating shaft, they have a stationary shaft, and the outer housing rotates. So that means that there's slight differences in the internal design, although the function is the same. Now, unfortunately, when I started ripping this thing apart, it didn't occur to me to get the camera out and start documenting it. The reason I pulled it apart, other than just to explore it, was you can see it here, the two leads that come out from the stator come out through this little groove in the axle here, and they're insulated, but the insulation seems to have partly worn away here, and it shorting out on the axle. So I'm going to have to get some fine insulated wire, I guess, and put some new wires on here, solder it up, and put some wires with some more insulation out through there. It's going to have to be very fine wires, though, for two of them to fit in that slot. So unfortunately, I didn't show the disassembly of the shell. Couldn't find a manual on it, of course, because I couldn't find anything about the brand at all. So I just kind of figured out that one of these flanges is just going to have to come off of that shell. So I've put it back together now to show how I did that. I just used a soft-faced hammer with a plastic face. And it would be a good idea to mark where it goes together. I didn't do that. The only important thing is when you put it back together is that the spoke holes be offset, so that you get the holes on one side centered between, halfway between the holes on the other side. So this is looking at it this way, this is the right side of the bike, so I took the left side flange off. It didn't take a lot of force. I mean, I didn't mount it in the vise or anything. course, it's a little more difficult here with the camera in the way. I'll try doing it without working around the camera here. I just want to be able to let you see what I'm doing. A little less to hold on to now when you don't have the axle in there. I see it splitting away there a little bit. You could probably get a screwdriver there and pry it out, but I don't want to mar it up too bad. And a brass hammer would probably give it a better impact, but again, the soft plastic face is less likely to mark it up, and that's what I got it off with the first time. There we go. Okay, so that's how that works. You see there's a machined lip there that just fits in. Now I think when I go to reassemble this thing, what I'm going to try and I'm going to do a little poor man's cryo fit. I'm going to throw this one in the freezer, and I'm going to take the heat gun to this one and use the old, you know, putting a cold part in a hot part. Shrink, expand, and it should go together easier. But we'll try that when I get the rest of it done. Time to put it back together. Okay, so like I mentioned before, Dynohub is built in reverse to a normal generator, whereas the axle is stationary and the hub shell rotates. So we have it's a permanent magnet type, so we have permanent magnets in the shell, which is the stator. I'm sorry, the rotor. Okay, the stator windings are in the middle, and that's where the lead wires are hooked in. Now, one thing I should mention is that we call these Dynohubs, but Dynohub infers direct current. These are alternating current. All right, so really, Dynohub is a bit of a misnomer. It's actually more proper to call it an alternator, although everybody that makes them sells them as a Dynohub, so that's what we'll continue to call them.